What's up, everybody? It's Stuck in Carbonite, and today we're going to go through this tote of toys. These are all carded figures. For whatever reason, I kept some of these on card. I'm going to see how good my memory is and see if it serves me well. Hopefully, I can give you guys a rundown of why I have it carded or why I have it in the first place. I took this out of storage because I want to go through my stuff to see what I can get rid of and what I can get rid of. Technically, I could get rid of all of it, right? It's just I want to keep a lot of stuff. That's my problem because once you accumulate so much, it's almost like you build attachments to it. You know what I mean? Like oh, I really like this item, or oh, this reminds me of this, whatever, and you just have stuff. But like I can't even enjoy this stuff, and that's why it's in a tote. But either way, I'm probably keeping all of this. I just thought it'd be cool to kind of make a video just to show you guys just some of my carded figures and why I might have kept them carded. So first off, looks like we have a vintage collection figure here. This is the Lambent Seeker ARC Trooper from Battlefront 2. You know what? This is the only Battlefront 2 ARC that I think I ever purchased from the vintage collection, and I know they made all of them pretty much. But yeah, super cool figure I got at GalaxyCon. I think this was years ago. Was it GalaxyCon 21 or 22? No, it had to be 22 because I got fit. But yeah, either way, super cool figure. And yeah, really enjoy it. But I kept it on card because it was so clean. Bought it from a vendor booth, and he had a lot of good stuff. So we also have Maul from the Mandalore arc, the Siege of Mandalore, last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, epic figure. This one was actually a gift from my fiance whenever I was super sick, so she got me this one. I opened up Fives and Echo because their cards weren't that great, but this Maul card is pretty clean. It's got like a little bit of a mark there, but overall pretty clean, so that's why I kept that one the way it was. And I believe this is the Ahsoka. Yep, the Ahsoka from that same arc. The thing is this one has kind of like a crease on the back, but I thought that these would look really cool on the wall, side by side. And I think these figures are just absolutely perfect. I just haven't set them up. You know what I mean? I don't really have room to set them up either. So that's probably another reason why. And I guess we'll kind of start getting some of these off so I can get to that Palpatine. But this is my only Super 7 reaction figure from the G.I. Joe series that I kept sealed. I think I only have like 3 anyways. I think I have a Zaymot somewhere. Or a Tomax, one of the twins. But here's Destro. I kept him on card because he was on Target for like $5 or something. And I just added him to my order because why not? This was probably 2 years ago. But he just looks good. I'm not opening up this figure to like display him or anything. But, really cool looking card art. I know it's not the Hector Garrido art from the originals. But, it's kind of trying to mimic that. So yeah, there's Destro. It looks like we have some of the Marvel Retro figures as well, even though they're classified as Marvel Legends, but these are supposed to be like rehashes of the retro figures from, I believe it was the 80s. So yeah, we got Iron Man and Daredevil, pretty basic. The reason why I kept these carded is because they were so clean and they were on clearance. I wasn't going to pay whatever it was, $13 or whatever it was a pop for these, but I saw these two on clearance at my local Walmart for like $5. And I was like, these are awesome. Like for $5, I'll buy all of these. I have a Spider-Man and a Moon Knight, but I opened those up from Ross because they did not have such nice cards. So yeah, those are definitely cool. And I'd like to hang these up on the wall as well. So yeah, I guess we'll get started with this back row just so I don't have overlapping here. So I thought this was the Empire Strikes Back, but never mind. I forgot I had this. This is the Retro Mandalorian. This was also a gift from my fiance or girlfriend at the time. But yeah, she bought this for me one day and I was like, that is sick. So yeah, really cool. I really like the Mandalorian. Love the show. And I know not everybody likes the retro figures, but some of them I just can't turn away. Like this is one that I would have definitely bought right on the spot. Really cool little retro figure. I have some of them loose that I've purchased. Not many, just a handful. But that's one that I kept on card. But I did buy a bunch of the Empire Strikes Back retro figures. Even though their cards aren't the best. Like this Leia has a crease here. But I did buy all these like on clearance. All ranging from like $2 to $5 at my local Walmart years ago. So I have Hoth Leia, Lando. And I just dropped Lando. Good job. I have Bespin Luke, who probably has the best card of them all. Then I want to say I have one or two more. Yep, one. Oh, actually, that's not Empire Strikes Back. That is the Kenobi Vader, which I'm definitely keeping on card as well. He looks too cool to open. So I have that one. And again, I know not a lot of people are into the retro, but I enjoy them. Just a few of them. I'm not a diehard. There's the Boba Fett from Morak. I got him on Amazon for cheap, but I've seen him at Ollie's for like $2 or $3. I was really contemplating on buying multiples of these, but I just have the one carded. And then this one is my Return of the Jedi Boba Fett whenever they redid the mold. So I absolutely love this mold for the Boba Fett. I only have, I think, one loose Boba Fett with this mold, maybe. I might be tripping. But I didn't open this because this one actually shipped in a pretty good card. As you can see, it's not like perfectly straight, but it's not like creased or bent out of shape too bad. So this one's really good, and I think it looks amazing. So I love that figure. And then these are older. I know I have a few other old ones, but this is the Range Trooper from Solo. I think I got him on clearance at my local Walmart a long time ago as well. Or maybe it was the one outside my college. But either way, for like $4 or whatever I paid for this, yeah, absolute steal. That is awesome. And I'm not a huge TVC guy, but like when I do see something I like, I get it. Like I bought this R2 for full price because I thought that these droids figures were going to be kind of rare. Turns out they weren't, but still awesome piece to have, and it comes with a coin. The only thing I hate about this figure is it comes on literally the flimsiest card I have ever seen. I skipped on the 3PO, but I really wanted that Boba Fett. I still haven't acquired this, but yeah, cool looking figure. I mean, I know he's very bland looking to match the cartoon aesthetics, but I'm going to keep this one in the package because it is so colorful and vibrant. So about the same time I purchased the Range Trooper, I got Wolf, and I think I paid full price for him just because I was so happy to find him in stores. But yeah, this Wolf looks really good. Definitely not opening him because I love like the realistic style card art, and he looks epic. And now these I got on a pretty good discount. I want to say I got these for $5 or less. But these are the carbonized Mandalorian TVC figures. I remember there only being these two, so I bought one of each. I probably should have doubled up, but I got Moff Gideon and the Shore Trooper. You know, carbonized is one of those things where it's kind of like, eh, but with these cards, I think it looks cool. They're super shiny, reflective, really neat, but, you know, not something I would open or would have purchased for full price anyways. So it looks like right here we have the Emperor from Return of the Jedi. I did pay full price for this one because this figure looks insane. It looks really good for the scale. And I was like, yeah, I need it. And I was thinking of opening it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep him on card. Because the idea was to have these all like on the wall, but I have yet to do that or will do that anytime soon. But yeah, this was a must-have. We were buying groceries, I believe, and I saw him, and I was like, yep, he's coming home with me. This is my Death Star droid because I ordered the TVC Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker years ago. I want to say it's probably about 3 years ago now. And whenever I received the package, I opened it up, and it was the Death Star droid. I remember I got in contact with Walmart customer service over the phone, and the customer service rep was like, yes, like you can keep this figure, the incorrect one, and we'll ship you the right one. So I got a free Death Star droid, and I kept him on card because, I don't know, I just did. And here he is. And then this one I bought at Ollie's, and there's probably still plenty at Ollie's, but I love like 03 Clone Wars. And yes, I don't have all of the figures from the TVC line that they did, like the ARC Troopers. I don't know, like I just never got around to getting them, and I don't know why, but I did get Luminar because she was literally like $4 at Ollie's. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping that one on card just because of this. Like, it looks so cool. The figure definitely has the realistic like adaptation, but you know, still really cool. Now these I bought at Ollie's, and I kept them on the card because one of them is actually extremely rare, if I'm not mistaken, and that's the Captain Rex. You know, I found him for like $4, $3 or $4, and same with this Han Solo. Found him for about the same price. I like Old Man Han in Force Awakens. I know a lot of people diss on that movie, but I still love it. And, you know, I had to get Rex. I mean, come on. It's Rebels Rex, and I don't think we'll ever get a figure of this anytime soon. So I had to buy it. And this was years ago. Years ago. So don't think you can go out and find it now because it's probably not there. I bought this at a convention years ago. I believe I bought it at a Comic-Con that was about an hour and a half away from me. The guy was selling it for dirt cheap, and I couldn't pass it up. Like, it's not the cleanest card ever, but it's still in pretty good shape. There's a slight discoloration, but you really can't tell. It's a really clean-looking card for what I paid. I think I paid like 10 to 15 bucks for it. But yeah, these Legacy figures, dude, they're just so cool. I mean, this was a really cool time to be alive, you know, to grow up with these figures. I had a few of them, and I believe we had this Darth Vader, my brother and I. Sorry, hit the camera stand. But, you know, this one, to see on card, I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. And then at that same convention, I bought this Darth Vader, which I believe this was called the Saga Collection, right? So yeah, this is the Revenge of the Sith Darth Vader. Yes, this card is definitely beat up. It's got a lot of scuffs and scrapes, but the fact that this guy was sealed and came with the hologram Boba Fett, that sold me. So I bought this, I bought this so fast, dude, like it was insane. I can't remember if I paid $5 or $10, but you know, either way, that is not expensive at all. And then from the same booth where I bought, I believe I bought that Vader at the same booth. This guy was selling his prequel era figures for dirt cheap. I mean, I think I bought like 6 or 7 figures all for like $20 or $21, whatever. It's something weird. But I got Anakin from Revenge of the Sith because I had this figure growing up, and I don't know what happened to my original copy. Also have this Obi-Wan, which I'm almost certain we had this figure as well. Both of these sealed. I know it's not the cleanest packages, but they're clean enough for me, and I got them literally so dirt cheap, and the guy was like, it's like he was just begging to give them away. So, I mean, that was a no-brainer for me. I bought this one almost as a joke, but seriously not as a joke because I love Tion Midon. I love the design of the character, and, you know, 10th level, thousands of battle droids. You know, that just is forever engraved in my brain. So yeah, got him for dirt cheap. And then this one's probably the worst of the bunch that I bought from the guy. I think he literally sold me this pack for like $4. So obviously it has like a sticker price on there, maybe from a markdown or a clearance. But I had this 2-pack. I vividly remember my dad buying this set for me. I don't remember why, but I remember opening it up or taking it to my grandma's. And I remember playing with these 2 figures because he has a little action feature, and this droid, the Super Battle Droid, you could just disassemble it. I mean, dude, it was so epic. Love this toy. I mean, I'm telling you, man, whenever I say we had Revenge of the Sith toys, we had Revenge of the Sith toys, and love this little pack. And then I guess we'll try to run through these pretty quick, but I found all of these at a flea market, probably about an hour away from us. And these 03 Clone Wars figures, I mean, come on. I mean, Ventress looking epic as ever. Dooku. I never had these growing up, but I did have a few of the sets. And then I also have Obi-Wan. And these are all Volume 1. These weren't part of the Volume 2, well, as I call it, because I had the DVDs. And then there's Anakin. So yeah, super cool to have all these. And I got them all for a great price. And then this was randomly in here, my extra Hot Wheels Munilist. So yeah, that was awesome. I remember I found this at Dollar Tree for literally $1. I have 2 of these. I don't know where my other one is, but I mean, I'm almost certain I have 2 of these. Pretty sure. Can't remember. But yeah, kept that on card because, yeah, awesome find. And then I bought all 4 of these at a vendor. Probably at that same convention where I bought the Revenge of the Sith figures, if I'm not mistaken. I bought Wat Tambor because why not? He was super cheap, and he just looks awesome. Kept them in the card. Got the fan choice, Macquarie Stormtrooper. Come on. Lightsaber shielded Stormtrooper with a blaster. I mean, come on. Super cool. And I love the Macquarie concept art. I mean, who doesn't really, right? And then we got this Clone Trooper from Attack of the Clones. I thought he was pretty cool because this is the captain, even though it doesn't specify it. That is the captain, and I love the captain. So yeah, really cool little figure. And then last but not least, this Plo Koon, which I think is just absolutely epic. I think he looks awesome on the card. I know not a lot of people dig this, but every single time I see these, I'm like, yeah, I gotta take a gander. Let me dig through, this vendor stockpile of figures and see which ones I want, because normally they do not charge too much for these guys. Like, I think I got all 4 of these for 20 bucks or less. So yeah, if you ever, so there's a tip. If you just want some prequel figures, go to a local convention, toy, comic, whatever, and you'll probably find somebody with a stockpile of these. So yeah, that's it for what I have carded. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I obviously have other carded figures, but this is the bulk of it. And for some reason, I had these outside in storage. But yeah, I just thought I'd show it off as a little piece of the collection. If you guys enjoyed it and would love to see more of my collection, like I have totes of Legos. Hopefully one day I can sift through and maybe give you guys kind of like a tour of what I did have. Eventually, whenever I get things how I kind of want it to look and I have the space, I can actually display all of these things so you guys can see it in its totality. But when that time comes, we'll just split it up into parts. But anyways, I appreciate all of you guys for watching. But remember, stay blessed and stay frosty.